Alright, so what's up YouTube? It's Minik here, and today we're gonna be doing, well, you saw the video title, so you already know. It's gonna be a Brawlhalla rant, bro, or, yeah, just a small rant. And I've been playing this game for like the past 4 years, and because of that, I'm pretty good. I'm not diamond, I'm like mid-plat. I know that's kind of a disappointment, but it's whatever. I'm still actually pretty good at the game. Like I'm above average, okay? I don't want to be no humble bragging or nothing. I'm above average at Brawlhalla cuz that's such a flex. That's something I should put on my resume. But nah. Like as a casual player, even though I'm pretty good and I've been playing a long time, I still play this game casually. I don't really take the game seriously. And there are a lot of things that really bother me about the game that I notice and that really tick me off. So this video is just to point out some of them. So, yeah. Now, if you did not know, Brawlhalla has about 54 characters, give and take. And personally, for me, because of the way how Brawlhalla works and the general structure of the game, basically every character has two weapons, two distinct weapons. These weapons are shared throughout the character. So two characters that have sword will have the same sword moves but different signature moves. The signatures are what really define and separate characters beyond just their two weapons. My biggest problem is that signatures, at least for me personally, are not really big enough nor game changing enough to define nor separate most characters in the game. The key word in there is most. Now, you could maybe pick like a offhanded legend like Moonin or someone like, yeah, Moonin or Mordex. Someone who has a pretty crazy sig set. And yeah, in that case, sure. But like for most legends, at least for me personally, I just don't think that a lot of the SIGs are very they're very different between legends even because like really think about it, okay? Like really think about it. If you play Brawlhalla, you should be able to notice this. All right, you should notice a pattern. And let's say for sword, just because it's easy and it's probably it's the weapon, one of the weapons that I'm in. For sword, a sword character's side sig has like one or two variants. All right, it's either gonna be some sort of slash or some sort of distance crossing slash. Basically, like that's kind of it. A neutral air or a neutral sig is gonna be a slash or some sort of distance crossing slash. Now the down sigs is where they kind of can vary between each like character with sword, but at the same time, I really feel like whenever they make characters and they make them with the weapons and with certain weapons, they stick to a sort of blueprint for SIGs, and that can I don't know. It makes it easy for you to pick up another character that has sword, but at the same time, after playing a long time like I have, every sword character can just begin to feel the same. But I don't know. That's what it is for me. And my second problem with characters in this game is that older characters are just neglected in this game, and it really sucks because I see characters that like actually kind of need reworks or whatever because they don't really fit in the current game meta and they just get neglected. An example is well an example, yeah, I'd say like Scarlet. Scarlet's like sig set besides down sig is damn near useless, bro. Like it just is. It's not very good. It's super slow. Though it hits like a truck, then again, it's super slow. And 9 times out of 10, you will not really be able to hit a Scarlet Sig against a character most players. Now, you know how I said every character has their own two weapons? I guess we should talk about the weapons that every character has. And Brawlhalla has about 10 or so weapons. I actually can't remember them all. Or I can't remember the number. I can remember them all though. There's sword, great sword, bow, spear, blasters, rocket lance, cannons, guitar, scythe, and gauntlets. So yeah, those are 10 um 10 weapons. 10 weapons spread across 54 characters. And to be honest, I think the devs have actually done a pretty decent job with balancing the weapons. That kind of may seem a bit unpopular, but yeah, I actually do genuinely think that most, keyword most, 90% of the weapons are pretty balanced, except one. And that one weapon is bow. Bow is so infuriating to play against when the player is good, mainly because bow's moveset basically incentivizes not going against the weapon at all and then just fishing for baits and whiffs. It's so boring to play against because, at least for me, and because I don't know, man, I just find approaching bow super, it feels like walking on eggshells. It's just so, it feels so it's not grounded. How does it just feels so limiting because of the way bow's designed, because it has anti-air. It has really good anti-air, actually. It plays neutral very well, and its grounded game is beyond this world. Like, bow and bow has so many true combos, man. Like, Jesus Christ, it has kill confirms, it has true combos, it builds damage well. Bow is too good at everything. That's kind of what I see. Say with Scythe, I don't know why people complain about Scythe. Scythe is low-key one of the worst weapons in the game, okay? It's down there with cannon and spear. Scythe is bad. Scythe is a pile of garbage, yet for some reason, people complain about this weapon way more than they do about bow. And I think the reason why people complain about Scythe more than bow is because it's because niggas who play with Scythe just think they're so good at the game, bro, and it's so tilting. I understand, but bro, we need to realize Scythe is not that bad compared to bow. Okay, Scythe can build damage pretty well, and it can carry you off stage. That's how to get kills. That's how Scythe players get a lot of their kills. They carry opponents off stage. But the thing is that Scythe is terrible at killing when you're in like mid stage. So if you're actually like on the stage and dodging Scythe, unless somebody hits you with a Scythe side air, they are not going to be able to kill you. They will rarely be able to kill you, right? That's kind of the pro and cons of Scythe. Same thing with any other weapon. Spear's aerial game is super good. It can be super good in the air, but it cannot kill grounded. Sword, it's super good at building damage. You'll just be really struggling to kill when you actually build that damage. Gauntlets are just pretty good. They can just struggle against more heavy weapons, but they are an absolute massacre off stage. Katars, basically gauntlets but lesser. But bow, I feel like bow can do everything. It can kill. It can kill on stage and off stage. It has anti-air. It is so good on edge. Even if you go off edge, like you actually go on the wall, bow is still really good for edge. And down air on stage is one of the freest edge guards ever. If the person tries to, hop above you, boom, recovery. Like, bow just has so many things going for it. And I don't like playing against bow. Okay, next part. Alright. So next we should talk about the movement in Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla movement is actually very fluid. It's very nice moving in Brawlhalla. I think it's actually pretty well designed. And I do genuinely think that they put a lot of thought and care into their movement, cuz it feels nice, You can dash. There's a lot of jumps. The game gives you about 3 jumps. And in the most part, moving in Brawlhalla is not hard, but can also be pretty deep. There are a lot of techniques to learn about movement in Brawlhalla. But the problem I have with movement is that it can make the game both incredibly fast and incredibly slow. The way how it does this is by the game just taking too long with both players moving around each other. Okay, so the way how this happens is whenever you play neutral. In neutral, it's like getting the first hit, what I'm saying? It's just building up damage, etc., etc. But the thing with Brawlhalla is that primary way of building damage is to catch whiffs. It's either whiffs like whiffing an attack or whiffs within movement, or IG being able to tell where someone goes. And the big problem with this is that because that is one of the main ways to get damage off in Brawlhalla, 2 players, God forbid, 2 players with are at equal skill in movement. Because what will end up happening is that both of them are dashing and jumping continuously, just waiting for the other one to show a small crack in their armor just so someone can throw a Hail Mary attack. That's what can happen. And it can be so boring. You will just be dashing over and over, dash jumping around the stage, moving all around your opponent, making sure you're zoning them so you don't actually become in range of their attacks, but still close enough to punish if they attack. It can be such a repetitive process that can last for minutes on end. Trust me, guys, you do not know how many times I've had 4, 5, 6 minute matches because mans just wants to keep on dash jumping. It is absolutely abysmal, bro. And as a casual player, this is just boring. Okay? Movement in Brawlhalla, it can feel very nice and deep, but my nigga, I don't come to Brawlhalla to move. I come to fight. And you know what? This movement ain't no Mirror's Edge. What? I don't want to just be sitting here jumping and dashing all the time. It's boring. Brawlhalla needs to make better ways of approaching. Because this ain't it, Chief. I guess the next part I'll talk about are the stages in Brawlhalla. Now, admittedly, I only play 1v1 stages since I only play 1v1 in Brawlhalla. That's just personally what I like. But all of the 1v1 stages in Brawlhalla are not that good. Don't get me wrong, they're not bad, but they're just not that good. Most of them don't actually enhance the state or the gameplay flow or anything. And, well, the ones that don't enhance the gameplay flow, aka the ones that are just normal, are alright. But then there are just the bad ones. Oh my god, Kings. What's it? Okay, wait, what's this thing's name again, bro? It's like King's Stadium. I don't know, bro. But the one with the death pit, that stage is booty cheeks. I have never seen a worse stage, my guy. Oh my gosh. Playing on that stage feels like getting my testicles ripped off because it is so painful. It's so boring too. You'll have somebody go onto the second little island. You'll chase after them, then they'll just go to the first one. And it's just so boring, man. And all in all, the stages in this game are either okay or just bad. There's no good stages in this game. Hitboxes. Okay, hitboxes in this game are abysmal. And I'm very much surprised that the community does not hold them up to a better standard. Okay, to put it simply, the hitboxes in this game are beans. Literal beans, bro. They're ovals, fam. And due to that, all of the hitboxes are garbage. It doesn't matter which attack it is, whatever. Nearly all of the hitboxes are garbage because the characters and their attacks are not shaped like beams or beans. Most hitboxes in this game are not very reflective of the actual attack or your character model. It can be very frustrating. And yeah, hitboxes in this game are just utter garbage and should be fixed. And for the last and final part for what's bad in Brawlhalla, this.